girl, talk to Tongie. We're going to do life together. Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening. It's your girl, or on this show, you know me as your friend Tongie. Welcome to another edition of Talk to Tongie. I am so dadgum excited to be here. Why? Because this is the day. And he didn't have to make me glad in it. How about that? You know, whenever I get an opportunity to come into your living room, your boudoir, or wherever it is that you allow me, I do not take it lightly nor for granted. I know that you could be watching any other program that you really want to watch, but yet you choose to hang out with me. And I am grateful. I am eternally grateful because I get to live the life that I dreamed about when I was living in the hotels, from hotel to hotel, but I kept thinking, oh God, Daddy, please do it for me. Or when I'm teaching someone to read and I'm homeless myself. But God, right? We all have stories to tell. We've all been through something, and I like to hang out with people that have gone through some things. It's easy for folk that, are walking in their glory. But sometimes they don't want to tell the story. And I get it. But it's the story, or from my neck of the woods, it's called the testimony that overcomes. It helps us to overcome. Who would have thought that having an idea, a God idea that was so big, right, that it was destined to fail, and everyone telling you what you cannot do, and the ones that you're thinking are going to give you, the cheerleading that you're needing, they don't. What do you do when you're telling someone but you don't understand? I've got this burning desire to create my own business. But then there are no business people in your family that you can call up on the phone or go and sit with to ask. So what do you do right here? What do you do when you know it's a God idea and you write it down and you write it down and you're rehearsing it day in and day out, and sometimes you're doing it through your tears, but yet, but God. Tonight's guest, someone that exemplifies where faith and hope plays a large part in life. She's someone that I had an opportunity to do a FaceTime chat. And I said, yep, I like her. Why is it so important to tell this story? Because I once was her. I know what it feels like, man, at 22 years old to be diagnosed with cancer and then come through that and say that I'm going to start my own business. I know what it feels like when you're needing that special person to tell you, you got this, but then they don't have it in them to tell you. Stay tuned, if you will, for this amazing soul that no matter what, no matter how many times she had to get up, no matter how many times she said, you know what, I'm done with this. She still got up and she still did it. And if that is you, then I know that you're going to have some takeaways from this show tonight. Thank you yet again for allowing me to come into your home. I pray that there is something that you can glean from, because I really am gleaning from you. All right? Be right back, and I'll tell you who she is as soon as we get back. Element of surprise. Be right back. Thank you. from the Talk to Tongie show. Are you ready to maximize your business exposure? Of course you are. Why not consider placing an ad right here with me on the Talk to Tongie show on TBS?
Hey. You know, Dr. Tongie is a good friend of mine. She has been a good role model, a good person to look up to, and she's just full of life, full of love, and she shares that with everyone, and she lives true to her principles. She has just been one person who has got your back always through all forms of life, and I'm very grateful that I've got the chance to meet her. You know, love you, Dr. T.
This is Dr. Tongie. I'm from a little town called Columbus, Mississippi, and I've come all the way here to show you exactly how you can live abundantly. Fear is nothing. You hear me? You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm your girl, Dr. Tongie. We're going to do life together. And we are back. If you cannot see the excitement in my life, then shame on you. All right, men and women, boys and girls. What do you do? What does it look like when a person says, you know what, I've got to go for what I know and even for what I don't know? Tonight's guest is none other than Miss Sharine. I got her name right, Joseph. And she's with Blue Media Marketing. Yeah?
Yes.
Welcome, baby.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, you're so beautiful.
Thank you.
But you get that a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
Because you tell yourself every day, right?
Yeah.
All right, Sharine. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. My greatest pleasure. It really is. When my EP goes out and he's scouting the land, looking for people who not just have a business, but have a story behind the business, because he knows my heart.
Yeah.
The story is so very important. Anybody that really wants a business, you can launch a business. You really can, even if you have to start in your home. But for those who say, you know what, I'm going to quit my 9 to 5. I'm going to throw myself in the deep, and I hope that I can swim. I've got a lot of questions for you. As you can tell, I don't have any of them written down. Welcome to the Talk to Tongie show. Sharine, I've got this proverbial question that I ask every guest, every ambassador. How did you get here? I asked someone that the other day, and they said, well, Dr. Tongie, by boat, by taxi, by automobile, but you've got a story that, you know, there's a lot behind that smile. I'm getting chill bumps here because now I know I'm in the presence of someone who is just dynamic. How did you get here?
It's been a long road, I can see. I always knew I wanted to start a business, but I didn't know when or how I would start my business. And I've been working with a lot of companies behind the scenes for a very long time.
Okay.
And everybody saw my potential but me.
Hello, chick. You're not skirting that, because you said a word that is so powerful. Potential.
Yes.
Potential is that untapped energy, that untapped possibility. It's in the realm of all things are possible.
Yes.
People were seeing that in you, and you didn't see it in yourself.
I didn't see it in myself.
How did you get to the point where you even acknowledged that I'm not seeing it?
It was when I've been doing a lot of work, like I said, with other companies.
Yeah.
And my friends used to tell me, girl, you're very good at this. Why don't you start your own business? And I'm like, I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
You said this out loud?
Yeah, I told them I don't think that I'm cut out for this. But I knew I wanted to start a business. It has been a dream of mine, but taking the steps was kind of difficult for me. Okay. And I just decided, you know what, let me just go with their suggestions and let me see if I can start the business.
Hold up, time out. I get going with their suggestions, but There had to be something in you, and I say something, there had to be some seeds that were planted at some point in your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I said, I went through one of the suggestions, right? But again, I needed the validation from the people who were close to me.
Wow.
So, you know, I went to my family. I'm like, you know what? I'm quitting my job and I'm starting a business and whatnot. And they were like, starting a business? How is this going to make money for you? How are you going to survive on this? This is not a good idea, you know. And I mean, it was discouraging because like the people close to you telling you like, you know, you cannot,
absolutely,
you would not, you know, be successful because, you know, in my family, if you were a lawyer, a doctor, you went to a bank, that was the it job. And nobody would watch you twice. Like they wouldn't be happy for you if you did anything else.
Gotcha.
So, you know, I did work with a credit union at some point, but it was not fulfilling. I did not see it as my calling. It was one of the most stressful times of my life because I did not see it as something I wanted to do long term.
So you were in training when you were going from the jobs, and you know, my thing about jobs, I am grateful that we're able to create jobs for other people. We are, but when you know. And humans don't have instincts, dogs do. Animals do. When you feel, when you know his voice, that small, still voice that says, you got this. When did you start to go in so you could come out?
I worked with, I started working in media at some point in my life. And of course, I started dealing with a lot of businesses and stuff. And the work that I was doing, it was helping them. And I realized they were struggling with a lot of things.
Okay.
And then I said to myself, and when I worked with them, when I did work for them, it always made them happy. Yeah. They loved what I was doing and stuff like that.
But you were still this is you still working for a company.
This is me still working for a company, not myself. Very good. Right? And, like I said, everybody was taking credit for my work because I was working in the background and stuff, but people were happy with what I was doing. I got it from the persons that I worked with and, of course, the clients. Yeah. So at that point, I'm like, you know what? Girl, this is the time.
This is you talking to you.
Yeah. This is the time. This is the time where you need to, you know, stop giving people credit for the work that you do. Stop letting people take credit for the work that you do. And it's time for you to shine, for people to see who you are.
Okay. All right. You're giving me a lot here, woman. We're going to unpack this right here. You, at some point, went to family.
Yes.
Okay, close family.
Yes.
Not distant cousins that you don't talk to but once a year, but these are people that know you.
The people that I lived with.
Oh,
at
wow.
the time. That's the people I went to. The people that were close to me, these are the people that I went to.
Oh, baby.
Again, in my family, you know, entrepreneurship was not something that to them was profitable or feasible.
So you're the very first entrepreneur in your family?
Very first entrepreneur in my family.
Come on, man. Come on. I know the audience is clapping, right? So, wow. How do you go from, right? You're bringing your gifts to the marketplace. You're helping businesses realize their potential and they're thriving. And you're allowing someone else to take the credit for what you're doing.
Yeah. I don't know. Now that I look back on it, like, that was like stupid of me.
But it wasn't though.
But
no. Because I believe that life is a series of assignments, right? And even though you didn't do it, you were still gleaning from it subconsciously.
Yeah.
You had to have been, or you would have not been doing it in the spirit that you were doing it in.
Yeah.
Right? So the people that were taking credit for what you're doing, they didn't just come out and say, hey, I'm going to be taking credit for what you're doing.
Oh, no. Of course, they were like, it's like I was doing it and just giving it to them and say, hey, you could just, you could just do whatever.
What,
you know?
Did you not feel worthy of this wonderful talent, the skill set that you've developed? Did you not feel worthy to literally present it in your own right?
Like I said, I wasn't so confident in myself.
Confident in yourself. And I'm glad you said that because I didn't want to say it. I wanted you to say it. The self-confidence that it takes Not just to start a business, but to be operating in what you know, the value that you bring. Wow. What would you say? And I'm going to be all over the place because you got some good meat on this bone, lady. So what would you say to someone who says, I hear what you're saying, and you're good at what you're doing, but how do I get to that point where I can identify that my weakness here is self-confidence? What would you say to that?
Well, first of all, you need to evaluate yourself. You need to figure out why people are saying you're good at something and you're not pursuing whatever you're doing.
Wow.
You know, so at that point, when you dig deep,
Yeah.
and you look at yourself and you realize like your self-worth.
Yeah.
I think that's the point where you become more confident in what you're doing.
Do you hear this? What? Do you see why? I love doing this show because if you talk long enough, you'll seriously get exactly what you're in need of. You have everything that you need to be as successful as you honestly want to be.
Yeah.
Because you come from a creator who is so uberly successful that he plays success in you. You understand that?
Yes.
So self-confidence.
Yes.
You're exemplifying this in the marketplace. When did you get to that point where, yes, your naysayers were there, but your cheerleaders, that circle that had your back, as I like to say, when did you start listening to what they had to say?
The persons who had my back?
Absolutely.
When I realized that I had the potential, I started becoming more confident in myself.
Wow.
And then I was like, you know what? Let me just start the business. My friends are telling me everything is, I have the potential.
Yeah.
I do great work.
Yeah.
Let me take the leap of faith and start my business. But again, when I started the business, when I went on this journey, it was a whole different ballgame because what I thought would happen was not what happened.
Ooh, don't you love it when God says your plans are like my plans? My plans trump yours. Wow.
Yes.
Speak on that, if you will.
So, when I just started, nobody wanted to work with me because I was new in the field.
Yeah.
And regardless of the fact that I had worked with businesses prior to that because I was working with other companies.
Yeah.
Me being on my own was a whole different ball game because people didn't trust me enough to, allow me to work with them.
So you were cold calling? Would you cold call a potential client?
I was going to people. I was sending emails. I was calling.
Oh, I know about the emails being sent. Advertising dollars. Come on, man. My shameless plug. So you were doing all of this. Wow.
And a lot of people, the first question, a lot of the businesses, the first question they were asking me, how many followers do you have on Instagram? How many followers do you have on social media? Because, at that time, the following was everything. If you don't have the following and you're in marketing, social media marketing to be exact, people did not want to work with you. Because you had to have the following in order for, in their minds, you had to have the following in order for them to get the visibility that they wanted.
This isn't just an American thing. This is a worldwide thing. Numbers count.
Yes.
And you're just getting started.
And I was just getting started. And of course, I didn't have the following.
For sure.
You're
not going to go out and buy them, right?
No. So, there was this one business owner, big shout out to Nature's Best. They were one of the first businesses to give me my lucky break.
Living under Christ's kindness. What's the name of the company again?
Nature's Best.
Nature's Best. Thank you so very much. Shout out to you, seriously, for taking a chance on this amazing soul here. Thank you.
Yes.
So they gave you a big break.
Yes. So they were one of my very first clients.
Yeah.
I actually met the owner when I was doing work for another company, and then we just ended up talking about my business, and it happened.
So, see how you trying to skirt? Relationships. A lot of times when we are trying to get to where we're going, we forget the importance of establishing a relationship. That was a relationship prior to your starting your business.
That was a relationship.
See how important it is to be careful how you treat people, especially those that you don't know that will one day be able to give you a big break.
Yes.
So be careful. Be careful how you entertain angels, our Constitution talks about. So they give you a big break.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I worked with them for 3 years, actually. But when I started working with them, that is when people started seeing my work, because
I love it.
I don't like to toot my own horn, but
You're
the
not
work was,
tooting your own horn. What are you
but
talking
the work was so great. I was doing so well for them. People thought I owned their business, because I was representing them so much. And people will, the business was visible. Everybody knew about them.
Yeah.
I used to use their products. In my daily life, I used to it was all about them. So I integrated their business into my life.
Do you know how hard that is to do? Now, I'm serious. You're giving away some trade secrets here. But one of the things that you're not saying is you've taken on the spirit of leadership.
Yes, basically.
And what is the spirit of leadership versus the leadership spirit? And you hear me talk about it on the show quite often. When you're thinking of the spirit of leadership, it is always about other people. Okay? So is the leadership spirit. However, the spirit encompasses everything about that particular brand.
Yes.
And in this instance, we're talking a brand.
Yeah.
You were able to highlight what the company is about, but you made it your own. So if they're concerned with something, say, I want more people to go to my social media page, or whatever that looked like, you made it your business to make sure their business. Wow.
Yeah, because the thing about the type of marketing that I do is I don't market anything that I am not using or I haven't experienced. Because if you market anything that you haven't used or experienced, how can you give the consumer an honest opinion on what you're marketing? Sure. How can you have the consumer experience the same things that you're experiencing, so they'll want to buy that particular product?
Do you hear this? Do you hear this? So, look at these tear bumps here. So you're incorporating the experience.
Yes,
is what you're doing, right?
Yes.
You're rolling out the experience. Before you even did that with your very first company, how did you get the name Blue Media Marketing?
My favorite color is blue.
Yeah.
And one of my friends were like, since you love blue, just use blue but remove the E and just put it as Blue Media Marketing. So it encompasses what you love, which is your favorite color, plus the media marketing aspect of things. And that's how we came up with Blue Media Marketing.
Where is your friend, man? Wow.
Yes.
That is incredible that people will rally behind you and give you that oomph that you're in need of.
Yes.
I know you don't take that lightly or for granted.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't at all.
Wow.
And another thing about the color blue, it represents trust, which is something I value a lot with my business. So
I love you. Wow. So you got pillars. Trust.
Yes.
Self-confidence.
Yes.
When were you able to deploy yourself full throttle into what you're doing? Was it before you launched your own business? And when I say full throttle, mind, your soul, the soul of the matter. Or was it while you were launching? Or was it after you secured your first gig? Yeah, your first customer.
I think it was after I secured my first gig. It just made everything. It boosted everything else. Everything just became really clear. Everything just started happening. It was just happening and so quickly. People started reaching out to me. Businesses were more open to working with me. You know, and all of that just happened. Out of that one business that just told me, hey, we're giving you a chance.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm very serious.
What were some of the things, and we gonna get into the thick of it. What were some of the things that you would tell yourself after someone said, you know what, you don't have the numbers, thank you so much, but, try back, or they didn't even, care to answer the email that you sent out? What were some of the things that you would tell yourself?
My goal
Yeah.
After every rejection, my goal was to get people to trust me and see that I am very knowledgeable in my field and I know exactly what I'm doing. So what I started to do, I enrolled in a program called Dream to Reality, which was a program that was hosted by a company named Snoop Terra in St. Lucia.
Okay.
They did this program in tandem with the U.S. Embassy, and I enrolled in that program.
Oh, wow.
And I learned a lot through that program.
Okay.
And they had this pitching session.
Okay.
And after the pitching session, they give you a mentor. And they assign you a mentor. And I got a mentor. This lady was from Trinidad. She was a marketer just like me.
Come on.
And she gave me some life-changing advice.
Yeah.
My social media at the time was not popping. You know, it was just...
All right.
Yeah, so she did an evaluation for me and she told me, don't take this the wrong way, but your social media looks like, it's not good. And you need to change your strategy. Instead of selling to people, you need to show people that you actually are knowledgeable and you know what you're doing.
So that's the value that you bring. So when someone would ask, if I ask you, what value do you bring to the marketplace, or why should I hire you?
Yes.
The value that you bring is that you're knowledgeable.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I could teach you how to basically bring your social media from zero to hero, from 0 to 100.
Are you trademarked that, right? 0 to hero. Wow. So shout out to the beautiful soul from Trinidad.
Yes.
Took the time to literally do what you do so well. And that's encouraged this amazing soul here. We've got a lot to unravel this evening. I want you to stay tuned. Go get your Coke or whatever. Okay, Coca-Cola, you're going to be a sponsor, right? Go and take a break and we'll be right back with this beautiful spirit, Sharine. I did it right, Joseph. And we are here in the beautiful Marigot Bay at Chateau Mango. I did that right too. Be right back. Stay tuned. One of the things that I love doing with being in my adopted country is meeting people that smile at you from across the street. What is your name?
My name is Sabrina Charles.
Sabrina Charles. And what do you do?
Well, apparently I'm a sales clerk.
Well, what is it? If money was no object, what would you do with the rest of your life?
I would try to have my own business.
Hey, what do you mean she's trying? You don't have your own business. Say it.
No, I don't have my own business.
Yeah, no. You do, because you just met me. So now it's my responsibility to make sure you have your own business.
Okay,
all right?
yeah.
So we're going to do the biggest swear. Talk to Tongie, man. You never know when I'm going to be in your community. I really am going to work with you, okay?
Okay, my
All right, very good.
Okay.
No charge. I'll pay for it.
Okay, my
Bye.
Dr. Tongie is on a mission to help you rediscover God's purpose for your life. And she does this by teaching you how to change your perspectives according to His original plan for you. If you are experiencing bouts of failure or an inability to do things right, she is here to assist you in ending those thoughts that can indeed lead to a depressing mindset. She calls you to emulate the processes a full-scale mind shift requires by replacing religious ideologies and traditions that oftentimes create a sense of struggle. Dr. Tongie provides you with much needed insight, encouragement, and motivation to not only assist you in rediscovering your dreams, but she systematically shows you how to no longer chase them, but how to manifest them. Dr. Tongie is the Caribbean's very own inspirational and motivational speaker, our life and spiritual coach, and someone who delivers hope, encourages our faith, and showcases that we must live a life that is.
Dr. Tongie. I'm from a little town called Columbus, Mississippi, and I've come all the way here to show you exactly how you can live abundantly. Fear is nothing. You hear me? You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm your girl, Dr. Tongie. We're going to do life together. And We are back. Thank you yet again for allowing me into your homes, man. I do not take it lightly or for granted. Welcome to another edition of Talk to Tongie. If this is your first time watching the show, this show really is about highlighting the amazing people that we've got in this amazing country called St. Lucia. I do not take it lightly or for granted that I get to do what I love doing, not delivering babies. I love that too, but I get to sit down and get to the soul of the matter. And I'm with this amazing spirit, Sharine. Yeah, I did it right. Blue Media Marketing. Yes. And during the break, we were having that fireside chat, that water cooler chat. And you were telling me that no one in your family has done this.
No.
Yeah. So you're the first.
Yes.
And how you literally were giving away the services. Yeah. Talk on that, if you will, because oftentimes as an entrepreneur, we think, well, I'm just going to do this thing and I'm going to make so much money and I'm just going to live happily ever after. But we forget that to get there, you got to go through some things.
Yes.
Tell me, if you will, or speak on, if you will, the giving away your services, or in our industry, the sewing your services to other people that could not afford you.
Yes.
Talk on that, if you will.
Okay, so remember I said earlier that, I lost my train of thought.
Okay. That's all right. That's all right, honey. You're among friends. I lose mine all the time.
Yeah, so I lost my train of thought. But giving away the service for
Yeah.
Remember, earlier I said I wanted to build trust, right? And part of building trust was allowing people to experience the service without paying for it. So they can see how valuable the service is. They can see how you say that, knowledgeable I am in the field, and experience all of that. Aside from that, I actually I wanted to cater for those people starting businesses that did not have the finances, because I started without the finances. I mean, I started from the bottom. You know, and I could empathize with these people. So for those who did not have the finances to market their businesses effectively, I did give them the services for free. They got the services absolutely free.
So you're still with your 9-to-5, or you're?
No, I am actually with Blue Media Marketing.
So
Blue Media Marketing.
As you were giving away services or sewing your services, bringing value to the marketplace, you're doing this without a salary.
Yeah, I'm doing this without a salary.
And I'm sure people thought you were crazy, yeah? But of course they did.
A lot of people were telling me, like, you crazy for just giving people, you know. And at that time I was working with Nature's Best. So I had this one client, and I was just giving my services for free to the other clients because I wanted to build my clientele. You know, so, and then I started, because people used to tell me, oh, you're so crazy for doing that. I said, okay, let me introduce a $20 promo. Which business owner does not have $20?
I love that.
Let me give everybody promotions for $20. At least everybody can afford $20. And they can bring their businesses from point A to point B with only $20.
So, even in that realm where, in that space where you're sewing, and was it ever a time where you're thinking, what am I doing here? Yeah, I understand you want to get your name out and you're telling people this is the value that I bring, but were you ever at a point where you're thinking, oops, I think I've made a mistake here?
Yeah. There was that point, because you're not making all that money, you're making money, and people get habits, and then everybody wants stuff for free moving forward, you know, so I had to try to break that habit. So at some point I started charging for my services, but again, every time I put a price on my service, I'm thinking I have to think of these business owners who are starting up. So I started at $300 a month. I used to do everything marketing for only $300.
Can I hire you? $300, you don't do that anymore, right?
I don't do that anymore. We're 2023. That was back in 2017, 2018.
Wait a minute. So, how long have you been doing Blue Media Marketing?
I started Blue Media Marketing in 2017, but I registered it in 2019.
Wow.
Yes.
So you had 24 months of literally rolling up your sleeve and becoming the work. So when I say that, people are like, what are you talking? You were doing the work, but at some point, you became what you were doing.
Yes.
So when people think of Sharine, they think of
Blue media marketing.
Absolutely, because
Yes.
you've established that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
What were those 24 months like? Did you ever think that you wouldn't see the 36th month, the third year, or the fourth year?
I always knew I would see the third
Really?
year, the fourth year, the fifth year, all of that. Why? Because of the field I was in.
Huh.
The digital era was just rolling out.
Gotcha.
So I always knew that the digital space would be something that was very, prevalent.
Yeah.
So I always knew my business would survive. So that was at the back of my head all the time. But what I tried to do is I tried to educate myself, because at that time I wasn't certified in the field. I was just doing something because I felt like I wanted to help people. But in order for you to help people, you need to know what you're doing. You need to educate yourself.
So you didn't think it was a step back to go and get some knowledge and couple that with understanding in what you're doing?
No, I actually used the pandemic downtime to do all of my courses. So I did a series of courses with the government, who had rolled out some stuff for people who were unemployed, or to educate themselves.
For sure.
And so I took advantage of that. I took advantage of the other programs that were going on. Remember, I mentioned the Dream to Reality program, which literally teaches you from A to Z how to be an entrepreneur, how to grow as an entrepreneur, how to your finances, your business plan, and everything.
Are you serious?
Yes.
There are people like that on the island.
Yes. And it's now called the St. Lucia program.
Yeah.
So they revamped it. And it's called the St. Lucia program, but it's the very same outline. So they basically give you the tools and everything that you need to start off your business.
Wow. Okay.
And so I took advantage of all these things. And again, they put you into mentorship.
Yeah.
And that is how I got to know about the Wildlife Fellowship, which is the Young Leaders of the Americas Initiative, which is a U.S. Department of State funded program.
Really?
Yes.
Thank you, U.S. I had no idea that program existed.
So that program exists. I got to know about it in 2020 when I finished the Dream to Reality program.
Okay.
And again, that program rolled out. They were accepting applications from St. Lucia, the Caribbean, Canada, the US, etc. And I always thought that my business wasn't good enough. Like I didn't think that I reached the point where they would select me out of everybody.
Really?
As somebody.
I find that hard to believe, but okay, I'll accept what you're saying.
Yeah, but despite all the things I was doing, despite all the successes, when you're talking about the U.S. Department of State, they're the creme de la creme.
Come on.
Little old me working with them was not something I saw in my future at the time. So it took me 3 years for me to say, yes, I'm applying for this. And
so you knew about the information, but you didn't make it a value to yourself until you were ready.
Yeah, you should say. I could say until I was ready.
Until you were ready.
Until I was ready.
And in the interim, what are you doing?
So I was building my portfolio. I started working with regional businesses. I started traveling. I started helping people launch their businesses out of St. Lucia.
Come on.
I started doing stuff. I started training business owners.
What?
I started a whole series of stuff. Again, the goal was to let people know that I am here. I know what I'm doing. I am knowledgeable in my field.
Wow.
And I need to grow my business, and I want to help them grow their businesses as well.
So there are so many layers to blue media marketing. I mean, you just said 5 businesses. Oh, wow.
So I went from just doing marketing, just doing promo for people, promos and stuff, and managing people's social media pages to training. Because what I realized is when social media became popular, a lot of people rushed towards, I can do promotions for you and I can manage your page. So I was like, no. That is why I went into the educational aspect of things. So I educated myself and did all of that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to train people now. I could teach you how to grow your social media. I can teach you how to reach your target audience. Yeah. I can teach you how to make money online.
Jesus Christ. Whoa, Nelly. Because when I'm learning, right, and I want to learn every day. Mm-hmm. When you can bring value to a person's business, to their lives, people will pay you for what you're doing.
Yes.
And that is exactly what you're doing.
Exactly.
But you knew that you could do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you went back to get the education, to get the know-how, that speaks volumes of, you know what I mean? It wasn't just trial and error with you.
No, it wasn't.
You were intentional with your living.
I was.
Wow.
I was. So, and even now, I'm still taking classes. I'm still doing because you never stop learning.
Come on, man.
Things evolve all the time, and you always want to be on top of your game,
Wow.
especially in marketing. So I'm always in school.
Yeah.
I'm always doing that.
Yeah.
So after the 3 years, I decided to apply for the Wildlife Fellowship.
Yeah.
And out of 1,800 applicants, I was. But it didn't come without its trials, eh? It did not come easy. It did not come easy. So, out of the 1,800 applicants, I went through the interview process, and they sent me an email and they said, Sharine, you're on a waiting list.
Okay.
So basically, when you're on the waiting list, that means that if somebody pulls out of the program or something happens to them, that's when you get that spot.
Okay, absolutely.
Right? But if nothing happens, then you basically don't get that opportunity anymore. So for 6 whole months, I'm calling one of my my mentors and I'm telling her, I don't think I will get in, and I'm like I applied and they tell me I'm on waiting list, and I'm just going. I tell them I don't think they will choose me because I don't think I would be a great fit for them.
So, all right, you're a step closer, but you're still dealing with things that you were internalizing.
Yes.
Hence the mentor.
I tend to overthink a bit.
But you really were not, though. You were literally at that point in your life, I want to make sure.
Yes. That's
what you were doing. You were just, it wasn't that you were timid or inferior. You were just, I need to make sure that when I deploy myself, because I'm going to get in. I'm on the waiting list. I'm getting in. But when I deploy myself, it's like having that opportunity. Someone says you only have that one chance at
only
that.
once. You can only enroll in this program once.
Wow.
And that's it. So that was a huge deal. I mean, it was a huge deal just getting
getting
Come on. But it was a huge deal for me because I wanted this opportunity. I needed it.
Oh, babe.
I needed it. And
so there was no plan B for you,
no plan B. And
I know, oh boy, but watch someone tell me to take a break. But think about that thing. When you literally are becoming who you are supposed to become, the world may say there's a plan B, plan C, plan D, but with us, there is none.
No.
You literally, your plan B is your plan A.
Yeah. So for me, it was like, if I don't get the opportunity, then I just go back to just doing Blue Media marketing and trying to grow it from there. And that's it. There was no plan plan. Okay, I would launch something else that would, catapult me in a different direction. Yeah. There was none of that. I was just waiting for that opportunity for them to tell me, hey, you made it. You made the finals and you go into to the United States.
So, oh, dear God. Even in the wait, you still kept busy.
Yeah. I still had clients. I still had stuff to do. I still did trainings. I still did mentorships.
Wow.
A huge part of my business is giving back. So I give back to my entrepreneurial community in any way that I can.
Oh my God.
I started a business show. We were basically giving equipment and stuff to businesses that were starting up, So I was doing all of these things while I was waiting.
Dear God. Okay. I've got this show called Dr. Tongie Show. Where we talking the principles, but it's hard not to notice the principle that you're exercising. One thing I've learned, right? Prayer is an action word. Even when we pray and we're waiting on God, we literally have to juxtapose ourselves to wait in Him.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're waiting in Him, you still keep busy.
Yeah.
You literally are answering your prayers by your telling Him with your faith.
Yes.
This is what I'm doing.
Yes.
Wow. Can I just ask? If I'm asking too much, just kick me under the table and I'll say, ouch. The people that didn't celebrate, the people that didn't really push you and didn't tell you what you could do, and we don't have to name names, they know who they are. Did you harbor any ill feelings or any ill will? Because you know you're successful, right? You were successful before you started.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, they couldn't see it.
No.
Did you go back and did you gloat? Look at me now. What would you tell someone? Two questions. What was your experience after you achieved, massive, amazing success? And what would you tell someone who is going through that right now? And perhaps their mindset is, when I do make it, I'm gonna let all y'all know, What would, I know, right? What would you say on that?
First of all, I have mentors in my life. I have some really great people in my life.
Yeah.
And they've always taught me how to be grateful and humble. So I always showed them love. The people who don't support me, I still love them. I still show them love. I still do stuff for them. Whatever they need, I will always be there.
Oh, Sharine.
And for people who go through it, do not make proving people wrong your driving force, but do it for you. Whatever you want to whatever you want to do, pursue it for you. It's not about what people say or they tell you it's not going to work out, etc. Do it for you. Wow. As long as it's fulfilling for you. Because what I do is my passion. It's fulfilling.
Yeah.
I love what I do.
You love what you do.
And as long as it brings you joy, you're happy, you're making money, you're successful, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter what anybody thinks. You show them the same respect, the same courtesies.
Yeah.
There's no need to gloat because they can see what you're doing.
Absolutely.
So that's just it.
Wow.
I've never held any grudge against anybody for not supporting me. I just learned that not everybody will support you, but you do you anyway.
Come on.
That's it.
Did you hear that? Not everyone will support you, but you do you anyway.
Yeah.
You said a mouthful there, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, give me the typical day of a CEO in Blue Media Marketing. What's a typical day?
Okay, so I'm also a journalist. Aside from my marketing.
I got a bone to pick with you, sir, behind the camera when we get out there. Wow.
Yes. So I'm also a journalist. I do lifestyle journalism. So a typical day in my life would start with me writing. Writing is my next love.
Why did I know that?
Yeah, I love writing.
You love writing.
My day begins writing. So I write articles, I do stuff, and then I branch out to Blue Media Marketing related stuff.
You've got, now they're telling me I'm going to take a break. Dadgummit. My question, all right? Multiple streams of income. We're going to talk on that when we come back, all right? I want you to think about multiple streams of income as well, all right? And drop a line or two, because we'd love to hear from you. We really would. We'll be right back right after this quick break. You already know who it is, your girl, Dr. Tongie. And I'm with
Shama.
Shama, where do you watch the show?
On DBS.
So most times on my phone.
Really? Tell me why you watch the show. It's a lot. I'm not super to say, honestly, I'm not super to say.
She's on the word.
But you're a role model. You just you're a nice person that you push, you tell, you give us something to live or something to go. So that's why I love you.
I swear you are that big.
That's why I love you. Always tell us to stay, you give us positive feedback.
All right. Watch out for Shama when
up in the north, alright? So don't forget, tell them where they can find you. I'll meet you restaurant. Bye.
This is Dr. Tongie. I'm from a little town called Columbus, Mississippi, and I come all the way here to show you exactly how you can live abundantly. Fear is nothing. You hear me? You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm your girl, Dr. Tongie. We're going to do life together. We are back. Thank you yet again for hanging out with us this evening. I'm your friend Tongie. You're watching Talk to Tongie, all right? And I'm in the presence of an amazing soul, Sharine. Yes. Sharine Joseph. Yeah. And I'm in Marigold Bay at Chateau Margaux. Shout out to my amazing friend and entrepreneur and chef, Shaid. Yeah, I did it right. Saeed, thank you so much for allowing us to come down, man. And I feel like I'm home when I come here. The level of love and respect that I get from everyone here is just amazing. This is an amazing place to come and eat. And I say amazing a lot because it's just, I live in a world where people really are giving and they're kind. And I've learned being in this country that people will share what they have. They will. All you have to do is ask, right? So we're here talking to the CEO and founder of everything. She's a journalist. She's an entrepreneur. She's a cheerleader. She's a mentor, and she has mentors. The importance of having a mentor. Oftentimes when people get to the degree of success that we walk in, sometimes they think, I don't need anyone telling me what to do. And that's not what a mentor does, all right, by the way.
Yeah.
Why is it so important for you to continue that stead?
Having a mentor is very important because they keep you grounded.
Yeah.
They remind you why you do what you do and they give you advice.
Yeah.
You know, my mentors have been very instrumental in everything that I have done, everything that I've accomplished. They encourage me. They provide opportunities for me. They talk to me about opportunities. They tell me, you know, I'm looking into like creating other streams of income, so doing investments and stuff. And they talk to me about different things. Oh, by the way, I recently got 2 of my books published on Amazon.
She's a published author. I'm done. Time out. I can't do this no more. Oh boy. All right. Multiple streams of income.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Congratulations,
Thank
my
you.
lovely. Tell me about your books, please.
So of course I've been in marketing for several years now. So I have 2 books out which are centered around marketing. So I specialize in Instagram marketing. So I have a book for a beginner's guide for businesses who want to set up their profiles on Instagram. And I have another book called the Insta Success. Basically helps you to grow your business on Instagram. So both of them are available on Amazon.
Oh, wow.
I do have other ebooks available, but they're not on Amazon as yet. I have one where you can set up your business profile on Google. So if you want to get your business set up on Google so people can search you, I have the step-by-step guide for that.
SEO.
So the Google My Business profile, so you get a step-by-step guide as to how to set it up. So when you search all these Airbnbs and restaurants and stuff, you see the Google profiles pop up.
Yeah.
So you need to have one for your business as well.
Very important.
That is very important. So I have an ebook centered around that. I have another one where you can use your Facebook to run ads for your business, because I notice a lot of people run ads on automatic, which is not the right way. So it teaches you how to optimize.
You're stepping on my toes.
It teaches you how to optimize your social media ads to get your return on investments for conversions and of course to reach more people. Wow. So these are all the ebooks that I have for now.
For now. You know, I'm so honored. I mean, I love it when because I don't when I prepare for a show, I rarely Google folk. I really don't believe in it. I'm sorry, I don't. Because I want to hear the heart of the matter. And you really have a heart that matters. It's amazing that your potential didn't stop, and I'm grateful for Blue Media Marketing. I really, really am, and I know you are. But it didn't stop with that.
No.
You literally are living from the inside out.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Do you know how difficult that is sometimes in an Instagram kind of world, right?
Yeah. And I also am a co-founder of another business. It's called True Seed. It's a seed company. We sell organic heirloom seeds. So I'm into that as well, because I have, over the years, I would say over the years, but for the past year or so, I've been working with some agri-businesses, and this has opened my eyes to a lot of things in terms of food security and stuff like that, going more organic. So we started this seed company, to help with that aspect of things.
I'm so proud of you. I feel like I'm talking to my daughter and I'm saying, so tell mama what's been going on. Here I am claiming other folks' children again. But it's so hard not to. Wow.
Yeah, but it's a great thing to have multiple streams of income.
Absolutely.
You never know what happens. Your 9 to 5 fails, or your main business fails, and you need to have something to fall back on, because you're gonna be like, because you have bills to pay, you have stuff to do.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you've got a legacy to leave here.
Exactly.
You are a living legacy. You do know that, right? Because you're literally living out everything that you would want someone to carry on when you're done with this life assignment.
Yes.
You're doing it now. And I applaud you for that. I thank you so very much for not quitting. Thank you so very much for the times that you had to tie a knot in that thing called faith and hold on a little tighter. Thank you for using your knees for all my thumpers. Oops. You know what I'm talking. You're doing it.
Yeah.
You are an answer to a prayer, and that's how you live your life. And I'm so profoundly proud of you. You have no earthly idea.
Thank you.
What's next for you? What's next for Sharine Joseph as she writes and publishes and mentors and coaches? And what do you want to do now?
For the Wildlife Fellowship, I met some amazing entrepreneurs. So I'll be working with them on a few projects, regional projects. So we're in, the discussion part of things.
For sure.
So I can't really say anything about it.
Very good. Thank you very much. Keep your cards to yourself. But
I'm looking to make some investments as well. And I have a few business ventures that I want to go into. So I'm just doing my research and all of that. So everything is like under wraps right now.
Absolutely.
I have a digital product that I want to release for my business, which is coming very, very soon. Very, very, very
you
soon.
heard it first on Tongie. So when you're doing that, you know that you're welcome to come back, right?
Yes,
and
sure.
showcase what you're doing.
Yes.
How can people, and I know we've had it up throughout the show, but how can people stay engaged with you? How can they hire you for your services? Do you do consults for businesses prior to them becoming a client?
Yes. So consultation is mandatory.
Okay.
Because we need to understand what your goals are for your business.
Wow.
So we cannot just say, let's market for you. In order for me to understand what services you will need, because some people come and they say, I need marketing. I need to reach more followers. But again, you need to have a goal for your business. So we need to understand what your business is, where you want to go.
Yeah.
So the consultation for that is, if you're going to be working with me, it's free. You can come for free consultation.
Wait a minute, did she use the word F-R-E-E? Do you know how valuable this woman's time is? Don't you waste her time. I'm sorry.
But if you just want consultations for, like, you're running your business and you just need somebody to consult you on your social media or your online presence,
for sure,
I do offer that service as well.
Wow. How can they stay in contact with you, please?
So they can call me or WhatsApp me 712-4590.
Yeah.
Instagram at Blue Media Marketing 758, BLU Media Marketing 758.
Yeah.
Facebook BLU Media Marketing. You can check out my website, payhip.com/Blue Media Marketing. It has everything. Oh, we also do templates, marketing templates. So if you want your marketing template, I am the whole plug. I am the whole plug. So we have our ebooks on there, marketing templates. You can book your consultation there. You can book your training. So we do Instagram for business training. We do mobile videography training, and we also do Canva training.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, dear God. I am so proud of you. I said it once, I'll say it again. You are why I do the show. People like you that literally say, no matter what, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
No matter how many tears I've got to cry, no matter how many times people have said no, no matter how many emails I've sent out and they didn't respond favorably or didn't respond at all.
Yeah.
I'm still going to do what I know that I was put on the earth to do.
Yes, definitely.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Please continue doing what you're doing. I'm so serious with your digital project or whatever you're going to be releasing. Please, you know that you are more than welcome to come back on this show.
Thank you.
Wow. How do you end the show where, wow, so much has been given? I feel like I've gone to church and I'm talking with not only the teacher of the hour, but someone who's literally gone and did it. If you are in a place in your life right now and you're thinking, but you don't understand, Doc, I don't have anyone who's going to support me. I don't have anyone that's telling me that I can do it. Then let me say this to you. You can do it. I support you. And there's more people that are for you than are against you. I'll say that one more time in my Mississippi twang. There are more people that are for you than that are against you. Believe in yourself. My friend said it best. Self-confidence is everything. I love you so very much. Thank you for hanging out with me for a few minutes of the evening. I hope that we've said something to inspire you, to motivate you, to move you from where you are to where you really want to be. The Lord say the same, and the creek don't rise. Join me again on next Thursday, all right? 8 p.m. BBS, Talk to Tongie. Any parting words?
Yeah, I just wanted to say one thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mother because she has been one of my biggest supporters throughout everything. So I just want to tell her I love her. And people just do you, be you, and everything will fall into place. That's it.
Thank you, Mama, for having such an amazing soul. We love you. Thank you very much. That's our show. See you next time. Bye.